Hello, my name is Peytin Hereth, and I'm an intern with the Iowa Pork Industry Center. And today I will be discussing proper cleaning and setup for a wean to finish site. Proper cleaning and setup of rooms helps ensure the pigs are going into a safe and clean environment. Biosecurity is one of the swine industry's top priorities, and using proper cleaning methods can prevent diseases. Inspecting equipment and performing necessary maintenance when the barn is empty not only improves efficiency, but also helps maintain biosecurity. Using this approach of thorough sanitation, effective facility and equipment maintenance, and ensuring the barn settings are proper for pigs at the time of placement ensures that the pigs are going into an environment that meets all of their needs. Today, I will be presenting a checklist that highlights the important practices before moving wean pigs into a site. Step 1, remove all pigs and equipment. Removing all animals and movable equipment ensures that the cleaning and disinfectant process is effective as possible. Remember, the equipment that is removed needs to be cleaned and disinfected as well. So, boards, paddles, and boots need to be washed and disinfected. You don't want a clean room to have equipment that the animals have direct contact with be contaminated. Step 2, check pit levels. This step ensures that there is adequate space under the slats to prevent splashback when cleaning. If not, make sure the pit is drained before starting to avoid that spray back from happening when washing between the slats. Step 3, dry cleaning. Use brooms and scrapers to dispose of any loose organic material. This preps the surface for a better cleaning. As seen in the picture to the right in the corner, you can see there's a buildup of manure and organic material. Scraping this away allows the detergents and the disinfectant to get on that surface and properly clean it. That brings us to step 4, soaking and applying detergent. Soaking the surfaces in a detergent solution helps soften organic contaminants like manure, making washing more effective and less time consuming. It also helps remove the biofilm buildup that can hold bacteria, mold, and viruses. Detergent should be applied with a foaming applicator and move in a Z-shaped pattern going from bottom to top. Step 5, pressure wash and let dry. Pressure washing removes the cleaning agent and any other dislodged organic material. Pressure washing is a critical step to removing organic matter from all surfaces. You can use hot water to help increase your speed of washing, but cold water is also acceptable. The most important step to remember is that soaking process in step 4 that helps cut down on the time that it takes during washing. The second part of step 5 is allowing the room to completely dry. It is important that there's no excess water or pollutants that can cause the disinfectant to not work properly. Step 6, disinfect the pen. Inspect the area to ensure it is clean and dry before disinfecting. Apply the disinfectant according to its labeled instructions and let it sit for the recommended time. Cover floors, feeders, walls, and water nipples and bowls thoroughly. It is critical to make sure that these areas are of direct contact, feeders and waters are properly disinfected. There is a wide variety of commercially available disinfectants. I suggest looking at effective selection of disinfectants and swine barns biosecurity's best practices on the pig livability website to help you decide what disinfectant is the best fit. A variety of these products can successfully accomplish high sanitation. This table highlights the effectiveness of pre-soaking as well as the use of cold versus hot water. As you can see in the table, there isn't much of a difference when using cold versus hot water after you pre-soak and use soap as well. It just kind of highlights that it doesn't matter what temperature water you use, but that pre-soak and soak process when it comes to cleaning are important steps to implement so that it can cut down on the amount of time that it takes to clean a room. Step 7, pressure wash and dry. Rinse the disinfectant thoroughly with a pressure washer and let the room dry completely. Letting the room dry completely helps to prevent the growth of pathogens. Step 8, inspection. Perform a thorough inspection of the room. Look for spots that were missed or need extra attention. Check the direct contact areas, feeders, and waters for any contaminants that might have been missed. Next, I will be going into the proper room setup checklist. Step 1, check pit levels. After washing, checking the pit levels is a good practice. This ensures that there is still enough space between the pit level and the slats for the time that the next group is going to be in that room. Step 2, conduct barn maintenance. Make sure all facilities and equipment are working properly. Check feeders, waterers, gating, flooring, lights, inlets, and curtains to ensure animals are going into a safe and clean environment that promotes health, productivity, and welfare. Step 3, check heating, cooling, and ventilation systems. Fan blades should be clean and heating and cooling systems should be tested. Maintaining optimal barn conditions is essential to growth and development. Barn humidity should always be less than 65%, and barn temperature should start at 85 degrees and then slowly decrease the longer the pigs are on feed. Allowing for the room to get up to its ideal temperature before moving pigs in helps prevent cold stress from occurring. As you can see, the room temperature starts at 85 degrees and then goes down to 58. This is because as pigs grow and develop, they let off more body heat and don't need the room temperatures to help them keep warm anymore. Step 4, check airflow. Airflow also needs to be checked before moving in. Optimal airspeed at inlets is 800 fpm for elevated fan stages, while 400 fpm is more practical in minimum ventilation stages. In tunnel ventilated barns, standard air exchange is 35 to 40 seconds, with standard velocity of 300 to 400 fpm. Controlled ventilated barns without tunnel could consider a standard 120 to 150 CFM per finishing pig. Step 5, brooders and rubber mats. If receiving weaned pigs, make sure brooders and rubber mats are clean, working, and placed in the right position. The mats should be directly under the brooders and for optimal heat transference to occur. Using mats and brooders can allow producers to decrease room temperature without compromising the pig's comfort. Ideal mat temperature is 95 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 to 21 days. If using mats or brooders, make sure they are set up properly. Step 6, feed. Feed bins should be emptied before new feed is delivered. Feeders should be adjusted to release an appropriate amount of feed. Around 40 to 50% of the pan should be covered for nursery pigs, and 35 to 50% of the pan should be covered for grow finished pigs. Feeders should be checked regularly to ensure proper coverage. Step 7, water. It is important to check that flow rates and water pressure are properly set. Water pressure should be around 50 to 40 psi. It is also important to ensure that there are no clogs or debris that can reduce the flow rate of water. It is also important to make sure that the waterers are at the right height. If the water is at a 90-degree angle, it should be at shoulder level, and if it's at 60 degrees, it should be 2 to 3 inches above the shoulder. One water source should be for every 10 to 12 pigs. If pigs are newly weaned, having the water trickle from the nipple or cup can help encourage early water intake. Step 8, rodent control. Check and refill bait stations and make sure that they are placed in the proper areas of the barn so that they are out of reach and not in the way when moving in a new group. The most common bait stations are seen in the images to the right. Step 9, ordering supplies. There are many supplies needed during the grow finish stage, including injectable medication, water medication, needles, syringes, marking chalk and spray, gloves, fly, and rodent bait. All of this should be checked before moving a new group in to make sure that you have enough through the duration of the time that you will be housing them. It is also good practice to just have regular inventory checks so that you're not running low on any supplies that you will be needing. Step 10, record keeping. Barn sheets should be put into each room according to the company's SOP. These typically include daily room temperatures with highs and lows, water meter log, time of observation, treatments, inventory, and mortality and removals. Some key takeaways from this presentation are that proper cleaning enhances biosecurity and helps prevent disease outbreaks. Proper room setup ensures pigs are moving into a safe environment that meets their needs to promote growth. Disease outbreaks can be devastating to swine production while not completely eliminating the risk of disease introduction. Proper barn sanitation and setup can help ensure pigs get off to a good start after weaning. The checklists above do not replace your company's SOPs, and you should still adhere to your herd veterinarian's recommendations. However, implementing the specific practices outlined above will help avoid further losses. Ensuring your weaned pigs are placed in a properly set up barn increases your potential for production efficiency and biosecurity success. This work was completed as part of the Improving Pig Livability Grant supported by the National Pork Board and FFAR. More resources like these can be found on piglivability.org.